Hello students, so today we will continue self practice 7b from question number 6. In the last class we have solved question number 1 to 5. Now see in this question number 6, we have to show that 5, 25 and 125 are in continued proportion. So in order to show that it is in continued proportion, so the middle term means if any number is in the form of a is to b is to c, so the continued proportion says that the b square is equals to a into c. So first we find here this number is a, this is b and this is c. So first what we do, we find the square of the middle number b square. So 25 square, and after that we find a into c. So 25 square is equals to 5 into 125. See, both are equal or not. 25 square gives you 625 and 5 into 125 gives you 625. So these both are equal. Since the b square and ac both are equal, so the given number is in continued proportion. So what you write? Since 25 square is equals to 5 into 125, therefore the given numbers are in continued proportion. Therefore the given numbers are in continued therefore the given numbers are in continued proportion. Now we move to the question number 7. So in this question number 7, cost of 8 meter cloth is rupees 600. So the find the cost of 15 meter cloth. So cost of 8 meter cloth is 600. So here how you find 8 meter is to the cost of 8 meter means length is to price. Cost of 8 meter is 600 rupees. 600, that is proportion to new cost 15 meter. Find the cost of 15 meter cloth. So the 15 meter proportion to rupee x. We are not knowing the cost of 15 meter, so let that cost be x. So now how we find? Now by the law of proportion, now using law of proportion, first the product stream term equals to product of mean terms. So using law of proportion, that 8 into x equals to 600 into 15. Now x is equals to 600 into 15 divided by 8. Now divide this 600 by 8, see it will cancel or not. 8 7 is 56, 40, 8 5 is 40. That will be cancelled. 8 1 is 8. So 8 7 is 56, 40, 8 5 is 45. So what we got? 75 into 15. So when you multiply this 15 in 75, 15 5 is 75, 5 carry 7, and 15 7 is 105, 105 plus 7 112. So 1125 rupees. So the cost of 15 meter cloth is 1125 rupees. Like this we will solve. Similarly, now I will discuss the question number 8, and that I will leave you for the homework. When a man spends 5 by 9 of his monthly income, he saves rupees 3,600 a month. Find his income. So man spends 5 by 9 of his monthly income. So out of 9, 5 part is monthly income, and he saves rupees 3,600 per month. A man spends 5 by 9 of his monthly income. So out of 9 part, 5 part he is spending, means remaining 4 part is his saving. Okay, so here the fraction of spending is equals to 5 by 9. So the fraction of saving will be 1 minus 5 by 9, that is 4 by 9. So 4 by 9 of his monthly income. So let his income be X. So you can calculate that. So see how you can do this question number 8. What is the question number 8? So in this question number 8, he is given a man spends 5 by 9 of his monthly income. So fraction of spending. So fraction of So first of all we write let the monthly income be rupee X. First we write let the monthly income be rupee X. Now the fraction of spending equals to 5 by 9. Fraction of spending equals to 5 by 9 of monthly income. So fraction of spending equals to 5 by 9 of X income, that is 5x by 9. Therefore fraction of saving equals to fraction of saving equals to 1 minus 5x by 9, that is total income is x minus 5 by, so total income is what? X. So from total income X, when we subtract the spending, we will get the saving. Out of X, he is spending 5 by 9x, 5x by 9 rupees. Now when we subtract the spendings from the monthly income, we will get the savings. So what is the savings? That is 9x minus 5x upon 9. That is 9x minus 5x equals to 4x by 9. So 4x by 9 is the saving, and this saving is given in the question, that is 3600. Now according to question, according to question we get that 4x by 9 is equals to 3600, because his monthly saving is given. So we equate the monthly saving. This 4x by 9 is also the monthly saving, and this 3600 is also the monthly saving. So we have to calculate x. So x is equals to 3600 multiply 9 by 4. So 4 1 is 4. Here 4 9 is 36. That is 900. Now 900 into 9 is equals to 9 9 is 81. 8100. So his monthly income is rupees 8100. Okay. Now see the question number 9. I will discuss that. I will leave you for the homework. After selling 85 copies of a book for every 100 copies printed, 100 copies printed, and out of 100, 85 copies are sold. A publisher finds that 450 copies are left unsold. So how many copies were printed? So again we can take it as a, we will find it as a proportion. So the ratio of 85 copies out of 100. So the 85 by 100 means 85 is 200, proportion to, now 450 copies are left unsold. So how many copies were printed? So if you calculate the So out of 85 copies, in 100 copies only 15 copies are unsold. Out of 100, 85 copies are sold. So number of unsold copies equals to what? 15. So the ratio will become out of 100, 15 copies is unsold. So 15 is to 100 proportion to 450 is to X. So that number of copies printed for 450 we are not knowing. Like that we can solve for question number 9. So see in the question number 9, 85 copies were sold out of 100. Therefore 100 minus 85, therefore 100 minus 85 means what? 100 minus 85, therefore 100 minus 85 copies were unsold out of 100. Unsold out of 100 printed copies. So 100 minus 85 means that is 15 copies. So 100 minus 85 means what? 15 copies. So here on this place we can write 15 copies. So out of 100 copies, 85 copies were sold. So 100 minus 85, 15 copies were unsold. So we can write 15 copies were unsold out of 100 copies. So the ratio will become what? 15 is to 100. So the ratio of unsold copies to printed copies. So the ratio of unsold copies to printed copies is equals to 15 is to 100. Now after that, for 450 copies left unsold. So let the number of printed copies for, so we can suppose that let the number of printed copies for 450 unsold copy, 450 unsold copies. So here let the number of printed copies for 450 unsold copies be X. So there are X printed copies, and out of X printed copies 450 were unsold. So what are their ratio? So according to the proportion, now these both ratios should be equal. So using law of proportion, or using law of proportion, we equate all the ratios. So what we get? 15 is to 100 equals to 450 is to X. So the ratios of unsold copies to the number of printed copies, both the ratios should be equal. This is also 450 is unsold, 15 is unsold, 100 is printed copies, and X is the printed copies. So now by the law of proportion, 15 into X equals to 450 into 100. So X is equals to 450 into 100 divided by 15. 15 ones are 15, 15 threes are 45, 30. So 30 into 100 is 3000. So 3000 printed copies are there. the total printed copies for 450 unsold copies is 3000. So similarly, question number 10 I am leaving the homework for you. So you solve this question at home. Now I move to the new exercise, self practice 7C. Self practice 7C. Okay. Unitary method. So the next 7th C is the unitary method. Unitary method. See the first question, unitary method. In this question number 1, 30 meter of cloth cost rupees 2500. What is the cost of 50 meter cloth? So here the cost of 30 meter cloth, cost of 30 meter cloth, cost of 30 meter cloth equals to rupees 2400. And in this ask, what is the cost of 50 meter cloth? So first we find the cost of 1 meter cloth, then we will find the cost of 50 meter cloth. Therefore, in unitary method, we always find for one unit, for one thing. Then after we can find the cost for more than one items. So here the cost of 30 meter cloth is given. So in order to find the cost of 50 meter cloth, first of all we find the cost of 1 meter cloth, that is the unit. Unitary means find for one. So for 1 meter first we find. Therefore cost of 1 meter cloth. So what will be the cost of 1 meter cloth? It will be less than 2400 because 30 meter cloth cost is 2400. So cost of 1 meter will be less. So the less how we will get when we divide this 2400 by 30, then so on doing the division the value is reduced. So the cost is less, so that's why what you divide the 2400 by 30. 0 0 cancel, 3 8 are 24, 0 0 0 means 80. So the cost of 1 meter cloth we got rupees 80. Now cost of 50 meter cloth. You have to find the cost of 50 meter cloth. So the cost of 1 meter cloth is rupees 80. So cost of 50 meter will be more. So for more we have to do the multiplication. 80 multiply 50. So see, rupees 5 8s are 40 and 2 0 we add after it, 4000. So the cost of 50 meter cloth is rupees 4000. Okay, so in the unitary method we always find the cost for one thing, and after that we can calculate the cost of more than one items. If a cost of an item is given for more than one, so first we find the cost for one item, one unit, and after that we can find the cost of more than one item also. Similarly here in the question 2 given, if cost of 8 ball pens is rupees 40, so how much will 20 ball pens of the same kind will cost? So to find the cost of 20 ball pens, again you find the cost of one ball pen, that will be 40 by 8, that will give you the 5 rupees. Now cost of 20 ball pens will be 20 into 5, that is 100. Okay, similarly the question 3, find the price of 744 articles at the rate of 625 a dozen. So a dozen means a dozen contains 12 items. So 12 articles make a dozen. So the cost of 12 items, 12 articles is given 60.25. Again you calculate the cost of one article, that is 60.25 divided by 12. So you will get the cost of one article. Now the cost of 744 article, you multiply 744 in the cost of one article. You will get the cost price of 744 articles. Okay. Now see the question number 4. In that what we have discussed in question 3, the dozen means 12. So the cost of 12 article is rupees 60.25. Cost of one article will be 60.25 divided by cost of one article is 60.25 divided by 12. So when you divide, what you get? 12 5s are 60, decimal, 12 zeros are 0, 12 2s are 24. Now 10, again 12 zeros are 0. So means you will get here 5.02. 5.02. So the cost of one article is 5 rupees 2 paise. Now the cost of it is asked here 744 articles. So you multiply 744 in this cost 5.02. Now see the question number 4. When question number 4, if the wage of 15 men for 8 days are given 60,000, how much would they receive for 14 days? So the wage of 15 men for 8 days. Now the wage of 15 men for 8 days equals to rupees 60,000. How much? The wage of 15 men for 8 days rupees 16,000. So how much would they receive for 14 days? So how much they will get for 14 days? So first we calculate the wage for 1 day. So wage of 15 men for 8 days given. Now the wage of 15 men for 1 day. So wage of 15 men for 8 days is 60,000, and for 1 day the salary will be less. Now for less we divide by 8. So 60,000 divided by 8. So what you will get? 8 ones are 8 here. See, 8 7s are 56, 40, 8 5s are 40, 7,500. So what we got? Rupees 7,500. So the wage of 15 men for 1 day is 7,500. Therefore, the wage of 15 men for 14 days. How much days it is asked? For the wage of 15 men for 14 days. Here it is asked, how much would they receive for 14 days? So here the 14 days wage will be more than 7,500 because it is the wage of 1 day. So again, so for more than 1 day you get to find, we multiply the number 14 into the wage of 1 day. So that is rupees 7,500 multiply 14. So what you get? 14 zeros are 0, 14 zeros are 0, 14 5s are 70, 0 carry 7. Now 14 7s are 84. 14 5s are 70, 14 6s are 84, 14 7s are 98. So 98 and 98 plus 7. 7 is the carry. So 98 plus 7 105. 98 plus 7 105. So what is the value? 1,05,000. So 1,05,000 is the wage of 15 men for 14 days. Okay. So similarly you can calculate for the question number 5. A car goes for 45 meters in 3 seconds. How far does it go in 5 seconds? How long does it take in going 120 meters? So if a car goes 45 meters in 3 seconds, 45 meters in 3 seconds. So how far does it go in 5 seconds? So in 3 seconds car travels 45 meters. So in 1 second it will travel 45 by 3. So in 5 seconds, so in 1 second it will travel 45 by 3, that is 15 meters. So the distance traveled by car in 3 seconds 45 meters. Therefore distance traveled by car in 1 second will be 45 by 3 meters, that is the 15 meters. Therefore distance traveled by the car in 5 seconds will be 15 into 5, that is 75 meters. Okay. Now how long does it take it in going 120 meters? So the time it is asked here. So time is equals to distance upon speed. So that is distance 120 you divide by speed. Or also you can calculate time taken by the car for 45 meter is 3 seconds. So time taken to travel the distance 1 meter will be 3 by 45. Again you can find time taken to cover, that will be the 3 by 45 means 1 by 15 seconds. So time taken to cover 120 meter is equals to 1 by 15 into 120, that is 15 10 8 is 120, now 8 seconds. So the time taken by the car to cover the distance 120 meter is 8 seconds. Like this you have to calculate the question number 5. So let me do that. So distance, first distance, here distance covered by car in 3 seconds. So distance covered by car in 3 seconds equals to 45 meter. Therefore, distance covered by car in 1 seconds, equals to 45 divided by 3. 3 ones are 3, 3 15s are 45. That the answer is 15 meter. So the distance covered by car in 1 second is 15 meter. Now the question is asked distance covered by car in 5 seconds. Again, therefore distance covered by car in 5 seconds equals to what? 15 meter into 5. That is 75 meter. Similarly, you can find the time taken by the car to cover, 45 meter is 3 seconds. Now time taken by car to cover 1 meter is 45 by that is 3 by 45 seconds. That is 1 by 15 seconds. Now again you can write time taken by the car to cover 120 meter. That is 1 by 15 into 120. That is 15 8 is 128 second. Like with the help of the unitary method, you can calculate the second portion also. Now we move to the next question. Similarly, the sixth one I am leaving the homework. 48 men have ration for 16 days. How long will the food last if a reinforcement of 16 men arise? So 48 men have ration for 16 days. How long will the food last if the reinforcement of 16 men arise? Means 16 men more have arrived. So now the number of person become 48 plus 16, 54, 64. So how long it will last? So that we have to find. So 48 men have ration for 16 days. So how long will the food last if the reinforcement of 16 men arrives? It means if 16 more came, then how long it will go? That we have to find here. So you can calculate it that 48 here the ratio is the inversely proportional. Okay. So here the ratio is inversely proportional. If the number of men increases, so the ration will go less number of days. So here the number of person is from 48 it increases to 64. So how long the ration will last? So here we write so the question number 6. Question number 6. So the number of days number of days the food will last. The number of days the food will last for 16 men, not 48 men. 48 men equals to 16 days. How many days are given? 16 days. So number of days the food will last for 48 men is 16 days. Now if you decrease the number, now number of days the food will last for one man. That will be what? 48 men can survive with the same food. 48 men can survive with the same food for 16 days. But one man can survive more number of days. So for more number of days we have to multiply this number. So 48 men survive 16 days. So one man will survive 16 into 48 days. 16 into 48. Okay. So how many days will be there? That we multiply it and we will get the value. 60 days are 128. So 16 6 are 96 and 16 7 are 112 and 16 8 are 128. So 12 remainder. 12 carry. So 16 4 are 64. 64 plus 12 74 76. 760 days. 768 days. So number of days the food will last for one man 768 days. Therefore, now number of days the food will last for 48 plus 16. For 48 plus 16 men equals to, now the number of men is increased because 16 more men has arrived. So now for one person the food is lasting 768 days. For more than one person the food will last less number of days. So for the less number of days we have to divide this number. So 768 divided by 48 plus 10 58 6 64. 64. Now see 4 16 ja here. 4 1 ja 4, 4 9 ja 36, 4 2 ja 8. Now again see 4 4 ja 16 here, 4 4 ja 16, 32 4 8 ja 32. Again 4 1 ja 4, 4 12 ja. So it will last for 12 days. How many days? 12 days. So if the 16 men more will arrive, so that food will last for 12 days, which is going for 16 days, that will last for 12 days only. Like this we have to do. So now we move to the next question. So similarly to the question number 7 that I am leaving the homework for you. Now see the question number 10. If 10 kg of mango cost rupees 540, how much will 27 kg cost? Again you can find with the help of the unitary method. You will find cost of 10 kg of mango equals to 550. Therefore cost of 1 kg mango equals to 550 divided by 10 gives you rupees 55. Now the cost of 27 kg mango will be what? 27 multiply 55 because the cost of 1 kg mango is 55. Okay. Similarly to the question number 9 also. A garrison of 1200 men has the provision for 60 days. The same way which I have done the question number 6. So the number of days. So the provision for 1200 men. Here a 1200 men has a provision for 16 days. How long will they last if the garrison is reduced to 600 men? And in the second case reinforced by 800 men. So here the number of days the number of days for the provision of 1200 men equals to 60. Number of days provision, number of days the provision will last, number of days the provision will last for 1200 men equals to 60. So the number of days the provision lasts for one man equals to what? 60 into 1200. Now you will find the number of days provision will last for 600 men. Now you divide it. 60 into 1200 divided by 600. So that you will get 600 to the 1200, 60 into 120 days. Again you can find the reinforcement. If they are reinforced by 800 men, means in 1200 men if 800 is increased. So reduced to 600 men and second is reinforced by 800 men. So 1200 plus 800 gives you 2000. So you will find the provision for 2000 men. Now it will go less number of days. Similarly, now see the question number 10. On a certain map, 2 cm represent 1 kilometer. What does 20 square centimeter on the map represent? Now see that question how you do. So on a certain map, 2 cm represents 1 kilometer. 2 cm represents 1 kilometer. So the ratio you can find. And what area does 20 square centimeter on the map represent? So area 20 centimeter square. What it is 20 centimeter square is 2 in kilometer. So what area does 20 represent in kilometer? That area we have to find. X kilometer square. So let the 20 centimeter square represent x kilometer square on the map, on the actual 20 centimeter square on the map area represents the x kilometer square on the land. So 2 centimeter represents 1 kilometer. So that how we will find this, you see in the ratio. Now here you will find the ratio 2 centimeter is to 1 kilometer. 2 centimeter is to 1 kilometer. Now you convert this ratio. So 2 centimeter square will give you the 1 kilometer square. That area we can find. So in the unitary also we can find the fraction, how much the area represented by 1 centimeter square, and that we will equate it here. Now see the 2 centimeter represents 1 kilometer. So 1 centimeter will represent 1 by 2 kilometer. That we can find. So here that step I am moving. So divide 2 is a ratio. So 1 centimeter will represent 1 by 2 kilometer. Now both the ratio we do the squaring. So 1 centimeter square I will put here. Now 1 centimeter square ratio is 1 by 2 kilometer square. Now see 1 centimeter square gives you 1 by 4 kilometer square. So the 1 centimeter square area on the map represents 1 by 4 kilometer square on the plot. So this ratio will be equal to this ratio. So now we equate that. Now 1 centimeter square is proportion to 20 centimeter square is to x kilometer square. Now in this we can find. Now see, by the law of proportion, extreme term products 1 into x, what we get? 1 into x is equals to 1 by 4 into 20. So 4 ones are 4, 4 5s are 20. So x is equals to 5 kilometers square. Okay, understand? So 1 centimeter square area represents 1 by 2 means 1 by 4 kilometers square. So 20 will represent 5 kilometers square. Here we got. Okay. Now question number 10, 7C. Let me check the answer. 7C, question number 10, 5 square kilometer. Yes, correct. 5 square kilometer. So like this we solve. Now we move to the next question. Question number 11, that I am leaving the homework for you. You can do it. Question number 12. Find 5 turns of the winder of my watch keeps it going for 15 hours. So 5 turns of the winder of my watch. So on the watch there is a button, that is a winder button, which you turn it, that is called a key. So a key is on the watch which we have to turn it, which we have to wind it. Now after winding, the hour, the seconds hand or the minutes hand move on the dial of the watch. So it keeps going for 15 hours. So the 5 times winder keeps the watch hand moving 15 hours. So what is the effect of 9 turns? So again you can find it. So more number of turns, more long the watch will, more long the watch hand will move. Okay. So how you will find the 5 turns of the winder, 5 turns of the winder keep the watch going or keep the watch hand moving for 15 hours. Or you can say watch runs on 5 turns winder. So watch run on 5 turns winder equals to 15 hours. Therefore watch run on 1 turn of winder equal to less number of hours, that is 15 by 5, this is 3 hours. For one turn of the winder, the watch will run for 3 hours, and for the 9 turn, watch will run for 9 3 27 hours. Like this you can calculate. Okay. Similarly, the question number 13, 24 men can repair a road in 15 days. So how long will it take a 20 men to do so if all work at the same rate? Now see the question number 13 will do. So in the question number 13, 24 men can repair a road in 15 days. How long will it take to 20 men to do so if they work at the same rate? So time taken to repair a road, time taken to repair a road, by time taken to repair a road by 24 men equals to 15 days. So time taken to repair a road by 24 men is 15 days. How long will it take a 20 men to do so? So 20 men, 24 men. But if there will be on the place of 24 men, if there is 20 men, then how long it will take? It will take the more number of days. So again we find time taken to repair the road by 1 man. How much time they will take? If there is 1 man working continuously, they will take more time. If 1 man will work for repairing a road, it will take more number of days. So for the more number we have to multiply, that is 15 into 24. Now 15 4 is 60, 0, carry 6, 15 to the 30, 36, 360 days. So 1 man will repair the same road in 360 days. Therefore, time taken to repair the road by 20 men. If there is 20 men, then how much they will take? Less number of days. So 360 divided by 20. 0 is cancelled. 2 1s are 2, 2 18s are 36. So 18 days. How much they will take? 18 days. So 24 men completes the work in 15 days, and 20 men will complete the same work in 18 days. Like this we have to do. Okay. So similarly you can do the question number 14. I am leaving the homework. And see the question number 15. A man walks 110 meters in a minute. So how long will he walk 26.4 kilometer. So 110 meter, time taken to walk 110 meter is 1 minute. Therefore time taken to walk 1 meter is equals to 1 by 110 minute. So time taken to walk 26.4 kilometers. So 26.4 kilometer means you multiply this number by 1000, it will convert it into meter. So 26,400 meter. So time taken to walk 26,400 meter is equals to 1 by 110 into 26,400 that you multiply, and you will get the answer. Okay. So this we have completed self practice 7C. Now in the next class we will continue lesson 8 percentage and its application. So this is all for the today students. Thank you for your kind attention.